What? Okay, that was perhaps a surprising result for many. We'll talk more about the stabilization of the GoPro Hero 13 and the Insta360 X4 later. It's not the only important difference between these two cameras. Both the X4 and the GoPro Hero 13 have their advantages and disadvantages. We will now take a closer look at these, and at the end of the video I will determine 5 categories of users and assign the optimal camera to each category. But before we get into direct comparison shots and talk about types of users, it's important to know what the basic differences between the two cameras are and what the pros and cons of each are. While the GoPro Hero 13 is a classic action camera, the X4 is a 360 camera. Certainly the best 360 camera you can currently buy in the consumer segment. In contrast to the GoPro, the X4 actually has 2 cameras and 2 extremely wide lenses. The images from both cameras are then automatically merged to create a 360 image. I would say that a 360 camera like the X4 has 3 very special advantages compared to a traditional action camera. You can take a 360 shot with it and look around freely in the image during playback, as if you were in that place at that moment. That's cool. In most cases, however, the 360 recording is not used for this, but is converted into a conventional video clip. And this brings us to the second major advantage of the X4 in this comparison. You can select the perfect framing from a complete 360 view and then convert a recording into a classic video clip. This means you can take a 360 shot and don't have to worry about whether the framing is perfect. So you take your shot without stress, then select the optimum framing in post and convert the video into a conventional video recording. You can also freely choose the format. This means you can create a horizontal or vertical recording from a 360 shot without any restrictions. You can even change the framing during the course of the recording, for example by showing the forward view at the beginning and the backward view at the end. And the X4 has another decisive advantage over the Hero 13. If you take a recording with a pole or a selfie stick, the pole is automatically and magically removed from the image. This is not an artificial digital trick as with the Action 4, for example, but is possible because the images from the 2 extremely wide lenses overlap, and the possibilities that arise from the freely customizable framing and invisible selfie stick effect are endless, allowing you to take creative, unusual and innovative angles and shots. You can mount the X4 in many different ways and take completely new and spectacular shots. This all sounds great, and you should probably grab an X4 straight away and forget about the Hero 13 and other action cameras, if it weren't for 2 important disadvantages. The X4 is the best 360 camera in the consumer segment, but the technology is not yet so advanced that the image quality is fully comparable to the image quality of a recent action camera like the GoPro Hero 13. If you want to create a traditional video clip from a 360 recording, you have to select the framing and then export the clip. The exported clip therefore consists of a crop of the 360 recording and has a reduced resolution. Although the X4 is able to take 360 shots in 8K, the resolution after reframing is then around 2.7K, which is still less than 4K. You also have to select the framing for each 360 recording and therefore have to edit every recording if you want to get a standard video clip that you can watch on your smartphone or share on social media. However, these 2 disadvantages are mitigated by an important feature of the X4. The X4 can also take single lens shots. This means it can also take standard non-360 shots, even in 4K and at up to 60 frames per second. So if you need a quick shot that you don't want to edit, you can use the X4 just like any other action camera. Basically, you get 2 devices in one. But the 4K image quality of the X4 in single lens mode doesn't quite match the quality of the Hero 13. That would be too good to be true, and there would hardly be a market for GoPro anymore. I'll now show you exactly what the recordings look like in comparison, and that the X4 also has a few clear advantages in a direct comparison of the shots. By the way, I bought the GoPro myself. The X4 was provided to me by Insta360 for testing purposes, but this video contains no additional paid sponsorship, and the entire content is based on my personal opinion. The first thing that immediately stands out here is that the X4 has a much wider field of view than the Hero 13. This shot of the GoPro was taken with the standard field of view wide. The difference is huge, especially if you consider that a particularly wide field of view is very important for an action camera, as it enables an immersive look and also allows you to easily film yourself with a pole. But the GoPro also offers a few other special settings to increase the field of view. You can achieve the largest field of view with the GoPro using Hyperview. This setting, however, results in very strong distortions. That's why I recommend using the GoPro with the field of view Super View, which you can see here in this comparison. The Hero 13 has an 8:7 sensor, which is almost square and makes it possible to convert the same shot into a vertical or horizontal clip. But as I said, you also have this freedom with the X4. For an even wider field of view, you can use the new ultra-wide lens mod on the Hero 13. Fortunately, the Max Lens Mod 2 is also compatible with the Hero 13. However, both must be purchased separately and are relatively expensive. The same applies to the new Macro Lens Mod, which can sometimes be used for cool B-roll shots, but is very expensive at $130 and is only suitable for very special situations. Here's another comparison with a pole, and you can see the benefits of automatically removing the pole from the shot. As far as the colors are concerned, both cameras have a standard color profile, a highly saturated color profile and a flat color profile. But only the GoPro also offers a 10-bit log profile for those who want to heavily edit the colors of their shots. Both cameras produce beautiful colors. The GoPro's footage often looks a little warmer and is sometimes slightly brighter. What is also noticeable is that the GoPro adds more clarity to the recording. Structures, such as those in the clouds, are therefore strongly emphasized. The X4's recording, on the other hand, appears somewhat softer. At least on a large monitor, you can also see that the Hero 13's recording has a little more detail. The Hero 13 can shoot at a maximum resolution of 5.3K and produces very detailed images. As mentioned, the X4's recordings have a resolution of around 2.7K after reframing. If you view your recordings primarily on a smartphone, the difference in resolution is not noticeable, but it's noticeable on a larger screen. And as we saw at the beginning, the X4 has another advantage over the Hero 13 that may come as a surprise to some. It has the significantly better image stabilization. Of course, this is also due to the much wider field of view of the Insta360 X4. A wider field of view has clear advantages when it comes to image stabilization. The images from the X4 even look more stable than the images from the Hero 13 with Auto Boost activated. As the X4 has two lenses and two sensors, one would assume that the sensors of the X4 are significantly smaller than those of the Hero 13. But this is not the case. The sensor of the Hero 13 is only slightly larger than that of the X4, and in fact the Hero 13 has no advantages over the X4 in low light. In low light, the Hero 13's shots are particularly poorly stabilized. This is because it uses a slower shutter speed to let in more light. And although the X4 is not a particular low light specialist either, the X4's shots not only look more stable, but also a bit cleaner and the colors look a bit better. Where the Hero 13 has a clear advantage, however, is when it comes to slow motion shots. The Hero 13 allows higher resolution slow motion recordings in 4K at 120 frames per second, and with the new slow-mo burst mode, even 120 frames per second in 5.3K, albeit only for very short recordings. Although you can also take slow motion shots with the X4 at up to 100 frames per second, you will have to reduce the resolution even further, which I would only recommend if you absolutely need it. On the other hand, the X4 has another advantage over the Hero 13, which is very important. It has the much better app. The Insta360 app not only allows you to create better automated edits of your recordings, it also offers a wide range of creative editing options, all of which are included in the app for free and don't require an additional subscription. Some of them are gimmicks, others enable really cool results. So who should get the Hero 13 and who should get the Insta360 X4? It depends on the type of user and what you want to do with your camera. It's also worth saying that I think there are probably better conventional action cameras out there now than the Hero 13, but we'll talk about that in other comparison tests. Today it's all about the Hero 13 and the X4. I've defined 5 types of users and tried to recommend the right camera for each type of user. If you are an absolute beginner, have hardly any experience with cameras and have never used an action camera before, then I would probably go for the Hero 13, or even better, a slightly older and cheaper GoPro. Although the GoPro also has many setting options, it is somewhat easier to operate overall, and the 360 camera requires a little more training time. It's not really difficult to use, and the auto tracking feature and easy to use app also make the reframing easy, but a traditional action camera is certainly the easier way to get started. I would say that outdoor fans, whether they are into action sports or not, are the typical action camera customer. And if you already have some experience with action cameras or cameras in general, and maybe even own a slightly older GoPro, then I would definitely go for the X4. The reasons are obvious. It offers you completely new and creative possibilities. You can capture unusual angles and discover a whole new world of filmmaking. The added value compared to a new GoPro is significantly greater. Also bear in mind that the improvements of the Hero 13 are very small compared to the Hero 12 or even the Hero 11. If you're an extreme sports enthusiast, it depends on the sport you practice and which mount you mainly want to use when filming. As an extreme mountain biker who mainly films with the chest mount, I would tend to go for the GoPro. It's easier to mount on the chest mount, and the advantages of slow motion also play a role. Surfers should also opt for the GoPro. Although there is an invisible dive case for the X4, it's not intended for use out of the water. On the other hand, athletes who mainly want to film themselves, such as skydivers and perhaps skiers too, should opt for the X4. Reframing and the invisible selfie stick simply offer great advantages if you want to film yourself. And that's why I would recommend an Insta360 X4 to most people who want to film themselves frequently, especially when doing sports or vlogging. The sound quality is slightly poorer than that of the Hero 13, but an external microphone such as the DJI Mic 2 can be connected very easily. The X4 also offers the so-called me mode. In me mode, the subject is automatically held in the center of the frame. This means you don't have to worry about the framing and you don't have to edit the shot. In this case, it really depends on your personal preferences. Both cameras are good for this purpose. What is more important to you? Particularly creative and unusual shots or the best possible image quality? Even if you should then perhaps opt for a different action camera. For example, the Ace Pro 2 should soon be announced and should feature a much improved low-light performance, significantly better audio quality, and finally a removable lens card. But we'll talk about that next time. The GoPro Hero 13 costs $400, with the ultra-wide lens mod $480. The Insta360 X4 normally costs $500, although Insta360 in particular offers discounts from time to time, so I recommend that you keep checking the prices. You can find links to both cameras in the video description, and if you use the link in the description for the X4, you will also receive a free gift. On my channel, you will of course find more tests and tutorials on the most important action cameras, so give me a like as feedback if you found this video interesting. There will be more videos about the X4 and the Hero 13, so stay tuned and see you next time.